there, Christopher Schlegel here. I'm going to show you a little exercise in triads and their inversions that will help you open up the fretboard a little bit and make your guitar playing a little bit more melodic, musical, okay? When you first start learning how to play guitar, when we learn how to play the guitar first, we learn open chords. So you might learn the A chord and the G chord, like that, right? Play those, sounds great, you're making music, right? Then you learn bar chords, the E-shaped bar chords. Here's an A, here's a G. Then the A-shaped bar chords, the A and the G are up here. Okay, but if you only know those shapes, then your guitar playing is a little bit limited. It's not as musical or melodic as it could be because you can't make the chord voicings go in specific directions. So, as an example, this A and this G, the bass goes down, the upper notes go up, but those chords are frozen in that you can only go from A to the G to the A to the G and back and forth, okay? Same thing with bar chords. You can throw those bar chords in, but it's basically the same idea, okay? However, if you learn that a chord is the first, third, and fifth from any given scale, played anywhere you can find them on the guitar, and then you learn how to move those voicings around in root position, first inversion, second inversion, it really helps your guitar playing be a lot more melodic, musical, okay? In particular, with this exercise, I'll show you that you can make the chords go in any direction, up or down, that you want, okay? I'm going to start with this A chord right here, the A chord on the D, G, and B strings. I've got part of an open A major chord. I've got the E, A, and C sharp, okay? The 5, 1, and 3, so that's a second inversion A major chord, okay? Because the E's on the bottom of the fifth, okay? And then I'm going to just take my finger off and play these strings D, G, and B open, so I've got a second inversion G major chord. So now I've got these two triads, the A major and the G major. So I've got my A major, and it moves down to my G major, okay? So I'm going in one direction, from A down to G, okay? Now, in order to make my A go up to G, what I'm going to do is play this G here. I'm going to go up to the G on the 5th fret of the D string, the B on the 4th fret of the G string, and this D right here, 3rd fret of the D string. So now I've got a root position G major chord, G, B, D. So instead of A down to G, I can go A up to G, right? And just by doing that much, I'm making my guitar playing a little bit more melodic because I have the variation of going from a A down to a G and an A up to a G, right? I can hear that. I'm adding a little melody to my voicings. Now, let's continue that idea up. Let's take this G here, this G, B, and D, and move it up 2 frets to an A, C sharp, and E. Now I've got a root position A major chord. Okay, notice I'm just sticking to these 3 strings here, the D, G, and B string. So there's my A. So now I can go from this A, root position, down to a G. But I can also do this. I can go from this A, C sharp, and E, up to B, D, and G. That's a first inversion triad of a G because the third's on the bottom. Okay, so A, down to G, and A, up to G. Continue that idea up again. You got a first inversion G. Let's go up 2 frets to a C sharp, E, and A. I've got a first inversion A major triad. Now, I can go from A down to G and A up to G here. Back to the same second inversion shape, except I'm 12 frets higher here, right? It's the same thing as this, but 12 frets higher. There's that G. Okay, so I got... Then I can round things out by going up from this G to this A, 12 frets higher from where I started, okay? So, just by learning a little bit about triads and inversions, and the lion's share of that is going to be learning those shapes and getting your fingers on them, moving them around. And I want to get you that idea, that concept, that that's why triads and inversions are worth it to learn, because you can make your guitar playing a lot more musical by making chords go in any direction you want. right? And you don't have to use all those. That's a neat exercise. Okay, but just by using 2 or 3 of those shapes, you can make an interesting rhythm guitar part, okay? You can play, for example, let's throw the open A string here as a pedal tone. Let's play this A here, and then go down to this G here, and then this A, and then up to this G, right? Just by doing that much, just those, makes a really neat, interesting rhythm part out of those 2 chords. You can hear the voices. You can hear... Right? You can hear that motion happening. Okay? Makes it sound really neat. You can do this with major chords. You can do it with minor chords. You can find these triads on the lower strings. Right? You can play the upper. You can find anywhere that you can manage to figure out where those triads and their versions are all over the guitar. It'll really help your guitar playing sound a lot more melodic and musical, right? I do a whole series of tutorials and lessons on this on Guitar Tricks if you're a subscriber over there. Or if not, there's plenty of resources on the internet. Most of it's going to come down to you taking the time to sit down with your guitar and figure out where all those shapes are and how to get your fingers on them. But I promise it's worth it. It will really help you get from beginner or advanced beginner to the next level, to intermediate player, if you can open up the fretboard and play all those inversions all over the place, right? Have fun with it. Play music on your guitar.